On December 12, 1913, the Mona Lisa is recovered just 2 years after it was stolen from the Louvre in Paris. How did this all come about? Let's dive in. This masterpiece by Leonardo da Vinci became the property of the French monarchy 400 years earlier at the death of da Vinci. After the French Revolution, the Mona Lisa apparently spent some time in Napoleon Bonaparte's bedroom. In 1804, the painting was put on display in the Louvre, a former royal palace which had opened as a public art museum 11 years earlier in 1793. By the early 1900s, the Louvre was already massive, with a vast collection of art from around the world. Admission was free in those days, and there was little security. The Mona Lisa was not, however, widely known outside the art world at the time. In 1908, an Italian handyman named Vincenzo Peruggia briefly took a job at the Louvre after moving to Paris. His job was to clean and reframe paintings. Peruggia, in fact, built a protective glass case for the Mona Lisa during his time working at the museum. On a Sunday afternoon in 1911, Peruggia and 2 fellow Italian accomplices walked into the Louvre. They spent the night in a supply closet, and early the next morning they removed the Da Vinci masterpiece from its case and frame, covered it with a blanket, rushed out of the museum, and boarded a train. It wasn't until the following day that the museum staff even realized the Mona Lisa was gone. After the Louvre announced the theft, newspapers all over the world ran headlines about the missing masterpiece. The Mona Lisa became world famous virtually overnight. Peruggia hid the painting in the false bottom of a trunk in his Paris boarding house. He had originally planned to sell it right away, but with all the attention, he had to adjust his plans. Peruggia, as a former employee of the museum, was interviewed by police at his lodging, but he was not considered a prime suspect. Peruggia soon moved back to Italy, transporting the Mona Lisa with him on the train. While living in Florence more than 2 years after the heist, he contacted the owner of a local art gallery. The dealer decided to contact the head of Florence's famed Uffizi Gallery, who confirmed the painting's authenticity. Peruggia was arrested. He told authorities that he was only returning the masterpiece to its homeland, and even stated that he expected a reward for his efforts. The Mona Lisa was returned to the Louvre, where it rests today behind bulletproof glass. It is now the most famous painting in the world. For many, the Mona Lisa represents art with a capital A. What's fascinating is that its theft more than 100 years ago is a big reason why people wait in those long lines just to see it. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1806, Cherokee Indian and Confederate General Stand Watie is born in Georgia. In 1901, Italian radio pioneer Guglielmo Marconi sends the first radio transmission across the Atlantic. In 1965, Chicago Bears rookie running back Gale Sayers ties a single-game record by scoring 6 touchdowns. In 1980, a 72-page notebook of writings by Leonardo da Vinci sells at auction for $5.1 million. In 1995, the U.S. Senate kills a proposed constitutional amendment that would have outlawed flag burning. In 2000, General Motors announces that it will phase out the 103-year-old brand Oldsmobile. In 2015, 18 women are elected in Saudi Arabia's first municipal council elections ever open to women. And now, it's time for our Today in History quiz. During World War I, which nation fought against Italy in the Alps? France, Germany, Austria-Hungary, or Switzerland? Think you know the answer? Drop your guesses in the comments below. Find out if you're right tomorrow on Today in History.